Jack Yates. This is for all of Jack Yates alumni. If you say you are proud of your school, we should have a picnic with all the classes to come together. Stop fighting among each other. Do it for Jack Yates. Don't do it for your god doggone class. Do it for the school. Think about it. You owe the school something. Man, you got 3 years worth of doggone high school diploma. Without that high school diploma, do you think you be living where you living at today? Do you think you'd be able to get some of the things that you're getting to living today? No, without Jack Yates, you wouldn't be able to do none of that stuff. Let's face it. So let's come together, Jack Yates. Let's stop this fighting among each other. If Phyllis Wheatley and them can make a party, a Christmas picnic, why in the hell can't Jack Yates come together? Look at what the city of Houston is doing for us. The name of our school is Jack Yates. Reverend Jack Yates, who they named the school is after, he the one found this park. The city of Houston has spent $334 million plus. That's money that you know about. Don't talk about the money you don't know about to get this park together for us. When I say us, Jack Yates. We're the original Jack Yates right down the god doggone street. Who built this church over here that's 137 years old? Jerusalem Missionary Baptist Church right here on the corner 2201, 2M, right here on 2M and Hutchins. Reverend Jack Yates helped Reverend Mackey build this church. So Jack Yates family, this park is here for us. Let's don't sit on our behind and watch the people out in Fifth Ward come together and give a picnic with all the classes, and we at Jack Yates sitting around fighting among each other. Wake up, Jack Yates. Come on. The city of Houston has spent the money for this park. Only thing we need to do is get together and stop fighting each other, stop cutting up each other, bury all of that past, and come together for next year to have a picnic right out here. Look, we got all the room, man. Do it for Reverend Jack Yates. Do it for the school. Do it for your principal. Do it for your teachers. And most of all, do it for the slaves that came out here enslaved. These were slaves that came out here and built this park. So Jack Yates, wake up. And let's come together. And let's start putting a picnic together for 2018 right out here in this beautiful park. This park is made for everybody now. At one time it was just a black park. Now it's an everyday park. It's an everybody park now. Used to be a black people park, but now it's everybody park. That's what you can call it. Everybody park right here at Emancipation Park that once was all blacks. So Jack Yates family, I am begging you, get with your class members and get with your classes and get with the class before you, the class after you, and let's all come together and make Reverend Jack Yates proud. Make the school proud. Make the city of Houston know that we ain't going nowhere. We are Jack Yates Lounge, the almighty lounge. So Jack Yates family, let's wake up and let's start today, Juneteenth. Start calling classmates and let's come together so next year we can have a god doggone picnic right here at this park to show the city of Houston that we can do it. Because let's face it, Jack Yates in the 50s was leaders. 60s we were leaders, but after the 70s on down, we started being followers. When integration came, we went from leadership to followership. That's reality.
Take a dream and turn it into brick and mortar reality. And that goes for today and for the original dream that brought this park into being in 1872. Can you imagine that folks back then saw the vision to purchase this property for $800 and look at where we are today. We have the experience and the wherewithal to look at what might be and build on it. but the men and women who first brought this park into being were just a few years removed from slavery. Yet they knew what they wanted and they set about to build it. To Reverend Jack Yates, to Reverend Elias Dibble, to Mr. Richard Brock and Mr. Richard Allen, and to their families and congregations, we say thank you and a job well done. And so today we stand on this hallowed ground and admire these refurbished buildings and this new construction. I think we have done the original forefathers of Emancipation Park proud, and I wish to congratulate all who helped to make this important project a reality. And we celebrate and we gather today in Third Ward, the Tray. But I want us to be very careful that we not reduce the significance of this park just to one area, because this park is very important to the city as a whole, to this state, and quite frankly, to our country. The very fact that people started off in Galveston, came down the Gulf Freeway, stopped off in Freemanstown, 4th Ward, transferred over to 3rd Ward, the Tray, then migrated to 5th Ward, the Nickel, didn't stay there but went to Acres Home, the Fofo, then spread out to Fort Bend. We give God the glory for what he has done and the significance of this very moment. Your contributions have taken a locally significant park and boosted it to the forefront of national and even international attention. The New York Times reporter asked me yesterday, Mayor, are you concerned that because of this $33 million construction that this area will be gentrified? And what I said to him, in communities like 3rd Ward and 5th Ward and Sunnyside, that they deserve the very, very best. In communities that have been underserved and under-resourced for decades, I think we can give them the very best and then work hard to make sure that we do not force people out. And so this is just the beginning and not the end. And we have to make sure that people who have been living here for years and years can continue to live here for years and years, enjoy the very best that this city has to offer. I am grateful to the many public and private partners, all of the congressional leaders, state leaders, city leaders, county leaders that are here this morning to step up and contribute to this amazing undertaking. I want to thank the OST Alameda Redevelopment Authority Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone, number 7, State Representative Garnett Coben in particular, my friend, State Representative Al Edwards for being the father of Juneteenth this morning, the Texas Park and Wildlife Department, the Houston Endowment, the Kinder Foundation, and the Timken Foundation of Canton for their financial support in making this renovation of this park possible. I also want to thank the Emancipation Park Conservancy and their many sponsors who have made today's festivities possible. But more importantly, I want to thank you, the people, who have made it possible for this day, because you did not leave. You stayed in 3rd Ward, the Tray, and because you did not leave, we are celebrating this day in a very special way. And now let us join with these good neighbors to celebrate the rededication of this park for Houston's past, present, and future. But the best for this area has yet to come. Thank you.
Well, another tireless advocate for the Houston area, and I know I don't have to tell you guys this, who isn't afraid to mix it up on behalf of her constituents, and who has been a proven leader in bringing resources back to the district from Washington, D.C., is the always formidable 18th Congressional District Representative. Who am I talking about, y'all? Sheila Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. We should also mention that when it came to this park, she brought back federal dollars as well to make sure this was done. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Congresswoman.
Will the elders allow me to have permission to speak? Let me take this brief moment to use it for just a bucket full of thanks. And first of all, Minister Muhammad will know that I'm going to acknowledge, and if I could jump down there and touch it, this is sacred ground. I feel compelled to say this is a sacred and solemn moment. And when I see Juicy Chase and Alvia and all of these historic persons, when I see Pastor Reverend Dr. Emeritus Lawson, who walked these streets, and when I see the elders, and when I can acknowledge Sister Emma, 112 years old.
First, I'm going to ask that there are any members of the families of the original founders, the Jack Yates family, the Eli Dibble family, the Richard Allen family, or the Richard Brock family. If they're here, would they please stand? I know that there are a number of Jack Yates family members here because a number of us live here, and some came in from across the country to be here. And our oldest living member, Miss Doris County, retired educator, 90 years old, she's sitting back there and they're raising her arms up. So I want to thank all of those persons who are members of our family who took time to come from wherever they were. I want to say thank you, because this is a great day for our ancestors, not just ours, but all of the people who helped to make this park possible. I want to also say thank you to those families who helped to be the trustees for many years for this park. All of their families contributed to the park and the maintenance of the park. I want to say thank you to the city of Houston, especially to our present mayor, who is just wonderful and has done so much for this city and this state as a representative. Also, our former mayors, White and Parker, Brown. If any of them are here, I'd ask them to stand. They all helped to make today possible. As well as former city council members. I've been working with this for years, so I know so many people that have contributed that you may not be aware of, and I think it's important that we say thank you, because people don't have to do what they do. They don't have to move you forward and your community forward. So we want to say thank you to the former
Renaming
council
of Dowling
members.
Street to Emancipation Avenue. Emancipation Avenue. Free at last. Garnett Coleman has been a steadfast leader and vocal advocate for the community, ladies and gentlemen. District 147 State Rep Garnett Coleman.
Well, thank you very much, and Congressman, thank you for the acknowledgement. But I do, as everyone else, want to acknowledge my former colleague Al Edwards. It's very important that we put things on the books that represents our history, just like our forefathers and foremothers put this park where it is and on the books, so that we remember how important it is and that we're just this far from being slaves. And if we don't have something that recognizes that, then we will forget it and be fooled every time.
Go on, boy, speak.
Now, I want to talk about the state money that we put in, because there were a lot of people involved in that. Of course, all of the members of the legislature and the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, particularly when he was a member of the legislature, Mayor Sylvester Turner. Also, Senator Rodney Ellis, who is now Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and Senator Boris Miles. We put $2.5 million into this park, and I think it was a very important contribution from the state. But who really paid for this is the OST Alameda Terps. And I want to say that because back in 1992 and in 91, when we were putting together the Third Ward Redevelopment Council, Houston Southeast and the Terps were part of the plan. And that's over 25 years ago. And we are really moving to a place where we're seeing the fruits of that thought and labor. So I want to recognize again the board and Chair Zanetta Burney of the OST Alameda Terps, and the board of Houston Southeast and its Vice Chair Robert Muhammad.